Individuals and everybody else. It's March 30th, 2018. This is Janan, and this is probably one of the last videos I'm going to make. I have decided to leave the United States, and I have closed out my Access government health insurance and my food stamp card, and it's going to get rough. I wanted to make a video about a couple different things, but the first thing I wanted to do was to reach out to people who are targeted and may not know they're targeted. And I'm talking about homeless people. I'm talking about people who are constantly moving, struggling with jobs, struggling with people they work with. I wanted to tell you, I don't care if you are a heroin addict. I don't care if you are on drugs. I don't care if you're an alcoholic. I don't care if you're a prostitute. Look deep within yourself and realize that you are an amazing person. You are a good person. And that this targeting program is designed to make you feel worthless. Like you aren't worth anything. And if you can step away from it, if you can get off the drugs for long enough, or get away from the situation long enough, go someplace where you can be still and quiet and really look at how you got into the situation. When did it start? Really critical think. I think you might find out you are targeted. And in that case, I would hope you would look up gang stalking, cause stalking, government programs that the government has run for many years. I believe I am an MK Ultra Monarch Beta victim. I was born in 1964, and I can tell you there have been times in my life when I felt so horrible about who I was, that I was never good enough, that I couldn't do good enough, that I wasn't trying hard enough. And it's just not the case. I mean, it really isn't. If you really look deep within yourself, you might find that you're a very caring person, you're very compassionate. I find so many targeted individuals, or so many people, and what brings this to mind is when at Christmas time, I saw my mom for the last time. She lived in Lake Havasu, Arizona for many years. She had a home there. My sister built her a house, and she is now in Kansas. She's 90 and she's in a retirement home, but we met in Las Vegas. And although that is not an ideal place for me, I'm not a gambler. I really don't like the things that are there. I never can afford to go to the shows. I would love to go to the shows. But we met there, and there was a young girl on the side of the casino sitting next to a dumpster with a blanket wrapped around her. Beautiful girl, beautiful soul. You could just see it. And a drug addict. And I got out of the car, and my mom had given me some money to gamble with, and I really don't like to gamble. So I went over, and another friend that was one of my other handlers, actually my ex-handler, was with us, and he handed me some money to give to her, and I sat down next to her, and I was talking to her, and I so wanted to tell her so many things, and yet, you know, my mom was in the car waiting to go somewhere. But I just told her, you know, I just want you to know that you're worthy. You are worthy. You are a worthy person. And I have never seen tears shoot out of anyone's eyes so much in my life. And I really don't care what she used the money for. I don't care if she went and got more drugs with it. I wanted to tell her that she was worthy. So this message, and I am going to subtitle it as homeless and addictions and things like that for people. Please look it up. Some of these programs, I don't care if you believe they're government run. I don't care if you believe it's spiritual warfare. Might be both. The MK Ultra Project. This is the second part, so if you don't want to listen to it, this is going to be a little bit of my history. And I wanted it documented before I leave. The MK Ultra Project was supposed to be shut down in the 60s. It was exposed. horrendous things they were doing to children. And I've read a lot about it, and supposedly the government hooked up with some of these families that have, it's called SRA, Satanic Ritual Abuse, that are in occults, or generational, really is what it is. And my family on my mom's side goes back to the 1400s in Norway. And a very powerful family. They definitely have some abilities that I don't, and I don't want them. I don't know if they call themselves Christians. I don't know if they call themselves Satanists. I don't know. Really, they've never told me, although I've asked repetitively. And this targeting program can be terrifying when you're first in it. It went from covert to overt, and since I am an MK Ultra victim, the betas were used for sex. I was a really, believe it or not, beautiful child. I had, like white blonde hair and very sad eyes, and now I know why. I believe that I was sold for sex. There are many times now that I remember being drugged. Don't remember the actual sexual abuse, so it might have been ritual abuse instead. But there was something going on, and I have physical scars that match this. I have a shoulder blade, not a shoulder blade that completely dislocates. Like, was I hung up on a wall or something? I don't know. It's very strange. I also have a mark in my hand where I specifically remember this when I was younger, even before I was targeted, where I got up from a chair and I was really, really dizzy, and I ran into the wall and the pencil went into my hand, and you can see the lead there. And then I don't remember anything after that. There's another incident when I was in the car with my dad that raised me, and I thought I saw a huge spider crawling up our house, and I just freaked out. I was like maybe 5 years old, and then blacked out, and I don't remember anything. So there's something there, and I have one incidence of sexual abuse when I was younger. Not penetration, but I remember being in my mom's bed. This is when we lived in Wales Avenue in Aurora, Illinois, and I remember being awake and somebody lighting matches up near my asshole. And I remember them doing that, and I don't know if they were looking for worms or what they were doing to me, but I have a very specific memory of that even before I was targeted. Sorry for this being graphic, guys, but I'm just being straight. So although I don't remember actual sexual abuse, I do remember